So what's this got to do with education in Lublin? I was thinking about this as I was travelling here yesterday. And when we're working, we do a lot of work consulting young people. We do this in England, and we also have done it in other places. And in December, we ran some workshops in Riga in Latvia, in which we were asking teenagers, this is 14, 15, 16-year-olds, about education in Latvia, what they think about it, what's achieving, what their plans are, and what their future is. And this was part of a presidential commission that was looking at the future of Latvia as a program called Latvia 2020. But also, in November, we've been doing a lot of work in Amsterdam, because we're now the advisors to the city of Amsterdam on creative and cultural education. And we've done a lot of workshops with young people in Amsterdam, asked them about their education, culture and creativity. And these are some of the things that we found out. In Latvia, most young people in school are planning to move abroad. And these are quotes from them. I'm very ambitious, and there are certain things that I want to do. I have a vision for what I want to be, a goal, but I don't think that Latvia can offer me the chance to do it. I want to succeed here. Maybe it would be easier in other countries, but I love this country and I want to succeed here, and I want to make the country succeed as well. This is my home. Maybe it's not the best place in the world to live, but if I go away, then there's no chance for Latvia to develop. I think that it's important when you get your education not to leave. I think that we're definitely in the future and we need to stay and build a better Latvia. So you've got them all saying, I love my country, I want to stay. But you also have them all saying, but actually there's nowhere for me here. And if I want to fulfill myself, I'm going to have to go abroad. And asking them what they wanted, what would make them stay, they said they feel that the government in Latvia do not have a clear vision for the future economy that they want to belong to. And they said, we can accept, if you said to us, oh, it's all a bit of a mess in Latvia, sorry, but we've got a vision for the future which is going to make it much better. And then the young people said, then we'd stay and we'd fight for that. But we don't think there is a vision for the future which is part of what we want to belong to. And the government should be developing that vision. If they had it, we'd love to stay. But otherwise, we're going to go. In Amsterdam, by contrast, and you should know about Amsterdam that 65% of children under the 18 in schools in Amsterdam are of non-white, non-European background. It's a city that's changing very, very dramatically, very quickly. But almost every young person we worked with in Amsterdam felt proud to live in Amsterdam. This was regardless of their age, gender and cultural background. One young person said, the whole world is in Amsterdam. Why would you want to go live everywhere else if the whole world is in Amsterdam? And Amsterdam has a clear vision for the growth of its creative economy and pathways for everyone to enter it. So they see a future for the kind of thing that interests them. They think it's the vision that the city has for itself. And they think that there are pathways that get them from where they are now into those sorts of jobs. And that's what they want to have to be able to do that. So, you've got Riga, where we came up with this phrase of education being the escalator to emigration, where young people think, I'm going to school in order to leave. Or you've got Amsterdam, who say, I'm working hard because I want to stay. The question is, what do young people in Lublin think? Anyone want to tell me? So, how do you create a vision for the future of Lublin that young people want to belong to? Because I suspect, because I suspect that a lot of young people in Lublin are thinking they are going to have. Is that working? Stop working. Oops. I'll try not to move too much. one of the reasons I'm here is because you're bidding for European Capital of Culture. And I think bidding for European Capital of Culture is one of the ways that you work towards creating the kind of vision that will make people think, this is the city I want to live in. And most of all makes your brightest and most talented young people think that. So I think that part of the strategy is absolutely right. I should say that in one of my previous jobs, I led the campaign for Newcastle and Gateshead in the northeast of England to be European Capital of Culture. I'm sorry to say that I didn't win. It went to Liverpool, but we deserved to win most. But what we did do is make sure that we used the process of bidding to achieve our goals. We felt that the process could get us a whole way. Winning would have been very nice as well, but the process itself was very important. And the part of the process that was important was that it's the vehicle to begin to create the vision for a city that is inclusive, that everybody feels I can belong to that's international, because young people want to be international. They're very conscious of the rest of the world, and therefore you need a vision for Lublin, European Capital of Culture, which is international. And it's aspirational. It's about we can do it here, and we can do something fantastic here. That's what I mean by aspirational. And that you weave that together in a way to give the vision to the young people, to say, no, we as a city have a vision, that's where we're going. It'll be for all of you, it'll be very high quality, and it will connect us with the world. That's what we're going to do. But you also have to give them the education which prepares them to live in that world and to succeed in the new Lublin that you're creating, and which opens their horizons and which gives them the skills necessary in the way that I've been talking about, which will make it possible for them, when you create the new Lublin, to succeed there. Innovation isn't a matter of luck, eureka, or alchemy. It can be managed, supported, and nurtured. A lot of people think, you just need these creative people and they'll just be creative. And it's not true. You can create the environment in which innovation succeeds. And that's what you need to do if you're going to make this work. And this quote comes from a big research program in the UK into how you support innovation. And one of the things that the UK has been very successful at over the last decade is supporting innovation. I mean, it's creative industries, huge part of the economy, growing very, very fast, even in the economic downturn. It's the only part of the economy which has continued to expand rapidly. But I think it's also right to remember, and this is a quote from Charles Darwin, in fact, it's not the strongest species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the most responsive to change. And I think that the creative skills that we're actually trying to give people are actually the means by which they're able to cope with change. And there is a very key message here about, we're doing European Capital of Culture. Is it important that it's culture that's driving this agenda? And in my view, it's absolutely fundamental